In this edition of RPP News, the fight for Dunkley begins, locals rally around Rosebud Hospital, and the plight of the trapped roos continues. Hello, I'm Catie Sharp. Welcome to the first edition of RPP News for 2024, bringing you stories from across Frankston and the Mornington Peninsula. RPP News has returned to a number of changes at Frankston City Council. Local resident Glenn Aitken has returned as a North West Ward Councillor for 2024, following the resignation of former councillor Stephen Hughes. Glenn has a long history as a councillor, having served a total of 16 years, including in the roles of Mayor and Deputy Mayor. Meanwhile, the Deputy Mayor Councillor Liam Hughes has temporarily taken on the role of Mayor, while current Mayor Nathan Conroy takes leave to contest the federal seat of Dunkley. The recent sad passing of the popular and widely respected Labor MP Peter Murphy has resulted in a by-election for Dunkley. The area includes all of Frankston City and Mount Eliza, extending to Sandhurst and Langwarrin. The Labor Party has put forward Jodie Bellier as their representative, a Frankston local with a long career as a community and welfare advocate. 31-year-old Conroy will try and win the seat back for the Liberal Party and will tap into his popularity that recently saw him returned as the first Frankston mayor ever to win 3 consecutive terms. The by-election will be held on Saturday the 2nd of March, with pre-polling commencing on the 19th of February. Local residents have taken their concerns for the future of the Rosebud Hospital to the streets. Around 150 people protested outside the hospital on Wednesday, calling on the state and federal governments to address the deterioration of the 60-year-old medical facility. Organiser Sue Gilbert told RPP Radio News that countless plans have been drawn up, but that nothing has happened. Ms Gilbert says locals are fearful about the hospital's demise and blames the delay on one thing.
Money. We just can't get the funding. Labor don't even want to hear about it. They're broke, I think. There's not a lot of money around. We need $350 million. That's a substantial amount. But we're just not getting, it's like voices in the dark. And this is why I want to keep pushing this, and I want the voices to be heard. And so do all the residents on the peninsula. They want a new hospital. The thing is, down here, we're metropolitan. Rural get better funding than metropolitan. We absolutely need a new hospital.
RPP was at the protest and met some of the locals.
I'm a regular user of Rosebud Hospital, Peninsula Health. Marvellous people, marvellous staff. They've saved my life on several occasions.
I've been down here 6 years, and I've been there 3 times on life-saving trips. And if I had to go back up to as far as Frankston, I wouldn't be here.
I'd like to see a brand new hospital that we need desperately. We're a very old, ageing population, as well as a very young population with very young children. So I think we really, really need a hospital, because Frankston is a long way to get to in an emergency.
And this hospital's been wonderful, but for a lot of things we've had to go to Frankston over those years, and we definitely need it. We haven't seen many changes here for a long time now. And
I would like to see a paediatrics unit put in here, a maternity back in here. But the facilities are here. They've done really well with what they've got. But you cannot have a lot of things that Frankston have got, and we need that down here. We need a paediatrics for starters. If your child gets ill, your child has to go to Frankston. And that's a stress on the parents, stress on the children, everything. Even if it's just a basic asthma attack for an overnight stay, they've got to go to Frankston, and that's not right.
I'm told up to 7 million visitors a year visit the peninsula. They all use Rosebud Hospital. Those that don't go to a day clinic for a cut finger, but everything else, these people deal with it, and they are living and working in, pretty dismal conditions in some places.
I'd like to see government confirmation that the place is going to be rebuilt and refurbished and whatever is needed to keep it going. There are a heap of old age people down here. We rely on this place. We rely on it. Not only the emergency, but the hospital care.
The operators of the Summer Carnival on the Rye foreshore are facing over 130 criminal charges over alleged breaches of Victoria's child employment laws. The state's child employment watchdog, Wage Inspectorate Victoria, alleges that Whittingslow Carnivals contravened the Child Employment Act by employing children below the minimum age, or under the age of 15 without a permit on multiple occasions. The maximum penalty for each offence is $18,000. Whittingslow will face the Melbourne Magistrates Court on the 20th of February. The Save the Kangaroos of the Mornington Peninsula group, known as SCOMP, has been a presence on the Dramana and Rye foreshores over the long weekend. They are working to bring attention to some 600 kangaroos that have been trapped on a private property in Cape Shank since 2021. The animals became trapped when an opening in the wildlife exclusion fence on the property was closed. Since then, community groups, animal welfare groups and concerned neighbours have been calling for their release back into the adjoining Greensbush Reserve. SCOMP has been told that approval to release the kangaroos must be sought from the Department of Energy, Environment and Climate Action before this can happen. And star of stage and screen Tom Burlinson is bringing his Velvet Pipes to the Frankston Arts Centre to kick off the 2024 Daytime Music and Theatre program. This coming Friday, Tom will deliver 2 performances of his show Now We're Swingin', delving deep into the Great American Songbook for a show of swing classics by Tony Bennett, Sammy Davis Jr., Nat King Cole and Frank Sinatra. He's also taking on songs made famous by super cool swingers of the current era, including Harry Connick Jr., Michael Bublé and Robbie Williams. Tickets for the show are selling fast, so be sure to get yours at the Frankston Arts Centre website or box office. After the break, we have Bianca with the weekly weather update.
With interest rates on the rise, there's never been a better time to review your home loan. And there's never been a better bank to help you. Whether you're a new or existing Bendigo Bank customer, book an appointment for a home loan health check today.
Battery World now open in Mornington.
We know batteries. We know our 75 D23Ls from our DIN 65 LHs. And we know which is best for you. We have the range and a spark no one else can match because we live and breathe batteries. Those beautiful boxes and cylinders that power our lives and our passions. That's why we're the batteryologists. We're Battery World.
Battery World Shop 1, 43 Mornington Tyabb Road, Mornington.
Hey, they're saying the fire danger rating's extreme. Should we go?
There's no fire around here.
Get out!
I know embers can spread bushfires as far as 40 kilometres. So you should leave early.
Authorised by the Victorian Government.
And now it's time for Bianca with this week's weather.
Hello, I'm Bianca and welcome to the first RPP weather update for 2024. Well, it's been a very strange summer weather-wise so far, so let's take a dive in and see what the weather has in store for us in the last week of January. Sunday, the 28th of January should bring us a partly cloudy day with a top of 23 and a low of 13. Monday sees the sun returning with a high of 29 and a low of 13. Tuesday sees some cloud cover returning, bringing a high of 22 and a low of 15. Wednesday sees the cloud cover increasing with a top of 21 and a low of 13. Thursday should be much the same with a high of 21 and a low of 13. Friday brings us a partly cloudy day with a top of 23 and a low of 10. And finally, Saturday should see a very sunny day with a high of 25 and a low of 8. Well, that's all for this week. The kids are heading back to school and the holidays are coming to an end. But summer will be with us for several more weeks, so watch this space as we keep you up to date with the weekly weather trends.
Now to our surf guru, Muzz, with the Surf Report.
Morning, it's Muzz here back with this week's Mornington Peninsula Surf Report. The school holidays are coming to their end. The last week when most of the schools will return on, I think it's Tuesday. So we have the long weekend, the so-called Australia Day long weekend this weekend. Looks like we're going to get a fair jump in the swell. We're at the bottom end of it now, where it's lucky if it's 1 foot, 2 foot, and fairly sloppy on the beach breaks. But as of Friday afternoon into Saturday, we're going to get a fairly solid increase in the swell, a bit of a change coming through, but the wind at the start will be west-southwest. But by the looks of it, Saturday, the wind should go around to the west, so that'll mean there'll probably be small, clean waves in Western Port Bay. Saturday, Sunday. Monday's a hot day, northerly, so it will just depend on what happens with the swell. It's sort of different models are showing different things, and it will depend where this cyclone in Queensland moves, whether it changes the weather pattern around to southeast-east again. But other than that, there's a reasonable forecast in front of us. So it looks like probably best days will be Saturday and Monday and possibly Tuesday in this outlook. So it won't be the best surf you've had, but it won't be bad. So, it's been an okay start to the year, but nothing fantastic. So let's hope it starts to improve. February is usually one of the better months along with March. So we'll see how we go. All right, I'll see you next week.
And that's all from our team here at RPP News, serving the community with stories that matter to you. Keep watching and do tell your friends. Bringing the news from coast to coast across Frankston and the Mornington Peninsula, I'm Catie Sharp. See you for the next edition.